Entering into the monetary system means that you accept its values imposed on us through documents, have followed or follow an inefficient educational system, an educational system designed to prepare you for a job, and you probably have a job that by its nature gives a very poor yield due to the real motivation of the human being, the purpose of the job, not the motivation of money. Now that you're part of the monetary system, let's analyze these ideas and situations that are created or perpetuated by it. Profit is part of the monetary system, and it leads instinctively to selfishness, which means the human species is evolving as an individual and not as a species.
I need a man who has powerful friends. I need $1 million in cash. I need, Don Corleone, those politicians that you carry in your pocket, like so many nickels and dimes.
What is the interest for my family?
30%. In the first year, your end should be $3-4 million. And then it would go up.
Now, what is the interest for the Italian family?
My compliments. I'll take care of the Tatars. Out of my share.
So, I receive 30% for finance, political influence, and legal protection. That's what it's telling me.
That's right.
You don't need to go there and study the people. Just take a photograph. A photograph of New York City, Chicago, LA, any city shows every building a different size, which means every man for himself, which means it's a selfish, self-centered culture. I don't need to ask what people are like in Chicago. I know by looking at the city and the fact that they tolerate what exists. You can't live to yourself, is the message I'm talking about. If we don't take care of everybody, including ourselves, we cannot build a world free of war, poverty, and hunger. It's been said in religion, all these things, but they didn't know how to attain it. They thought if only people would be decent and fair. They can't in a competitive world. If you manufacture stockings that have runs in them, people have to buy new stockings. But if Larry invents stockings that don't have a run, he'll put you out of business, or you buy his patent and don't produce it, because you want to sell stockings. So how can you be decent and ethical in a competitive world? How can you love your brother if you take advantage of him by owning a patent which stops him from making something that will benefit other people? If you take a patent out on crutches or your wheelchair, people can't use it unless they pay you.
When we work together, we can, all our lives are better. You know, when you work against one another in this system, when you're always competing with one another, you're really working against yourself. You can maybe save up a lot of money, but if people around you are hungry and starving, they're going to invade your property if things get bad enough. Or they don't drive a very expensive car with good brakes, and they can hit you on the road. There's no safety or security in this system.
If we, in the United States, controlled most of the Earth's resources, we would produce anxiety in other countries for fear of running out of resources, arable land, water, etc. And therefore they might invade this country to try to get the necessary resources for survival. I don't think it's wise for a nation to defend itself or try to make sustainability available only in the area that they live, because they would produce hatred and envy and try to control the resources of other countries so that we can enslave people or put them on minimum wage and get whatever we want produced for the self-centered reason of our nation. And we seek national advantage rather than global advantage. As long as we seek national advantage, it may work for a while. It may enhance the lifestyles or increase the productivity of goods and services. But that's not of long duration. This is the only thing I worry about. Sustainability for separate nations is okay in the short run, but in the long run it produces negative retroaction.
It's dangerous because your tendency is to make your first priority personal fulfillment and the second, the planet resources, people, climate, or other factors on which you are depending. To get rid of profit, you need to make abundance the primary objective. I mean, if there were centers where people could take the goods that they no longer need to borrow for nothing in return, then everybody would be better off, not just those with more money. If we optimized automation for creating new goods, we could achieve an abundance of any goods or services. That is, if there were laptops available for everyone to borrow, we wouldn't need to waste resources building billions of them every year. We could instead spend time to develop better technology for them in ways in which to recycle them once they have served their purpose. Producing an abundance of products and services eliminates profit because you can't sell something which is readily available. For example, air.
Most of us don't own everything we need.
Cindy, for instance, wants to throw a party tonight.
But she doesn't have enough furniture. She needs an extra table, some chairs, and a sound system.
Cindy wonders where she's going to get all this.
Should she buy these things? That would be too expensive. Also, when the party's over, where would she store all the stuff? She might only use those extra things a couple of times a year.
Should she rent them? But where can you find such a variety of items for rent? Plus, if she does find them for rent, it'll still cost her. And the rental place could be closed if it's a holiday or a Sunday.
Why not borrow these items? That would be free. And then Cindy wouldn't need to store them anywhere. And it's doable even on a Sunday.
Great. But who will Cindy borrow from? Should she call everybody in her phone book, not knowing if she'll find what she's looking for?
There is a solution, and it's called happysharing.com.
Cindy can go on happysharing.com and post a list of what she needs.
On happysharing.com, Cindy will view what she can borrow from her friends, family, and colleagues.
On happysharing.com, each user can show what he's ready to lend to friends, neighbors, family, and colleagues.
It's just one click away. Think of all the things you can use and have access to
without having to pay for it.
Thanks to happysharing.com.
Such a solution does not lead anywhere in the monetary system because it is contrary to cyclical consumption, which the monetary system is based upon.
If people worked for oneself, there wouldn't be the electric light. There wouldn't be engines that power vehicles. There wouldn't be electrification and reservoirs and water purification. These are processes that help all people. And processes that help single people is a very primitive value system carried into this century, which is really not necessary.
You need food, water, and oxygen to survive. If you are focusing on personal accomplishment, for example, your status in the monetary system, You can omit the laws of nature in your connections with it. This is evident by the poor quality of food that is produced and the pollution found in the air and water.
What is the interest for my family?
30%. In the first year, your rent should be $3-4 million. And then it would go up.
Now, what is the interest for the Italian family?
My compliments.
Profit is part of the monetary system, and it leads instinctively to selfishness, which means the human species is designed to prepare you for a job, and you probably have a job that by its nature gives a very poor yield due to the real motivation of the human being. The purpose of the job, not the motivation of money. Now that you're part of the monetary system, let's analyze these ideas and situations that are created or perpetuated by it. Evolving as an individual and not as a species.
I need a man who has powerful friends. I need $1 million in cash. I need, Don Corleone, those politicians that you carry in your pocket, like so many nickels and dimes.
Entering into the monetary system means that you accept its values imposed on us through documents. Have followed or follow an inefficient educational system. An educational system